Today, Friday, the 22nd of November 2024, we have some hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to be having early access to all our game predictions, which we share to the general public, just like this video, which we publish one day ahead of time, then of course you want to make sure that you join the Level 2 Pro membership package plan to start to have early access to all our match prediction picks to prepare your games one day ahead of time so that you find the best pick in your list to see how you can include in your sleep. And also, if you want to access our top 10 as well as top 15 game predictions, which we share to members only based on corner kicks, as well as 1.5 and 2.5 goal match pick with huge odds to take your winning to the next level, then you want to make sure that you join the Level 2 Pro membership package plan to have access to all of these features with huge odds to take your winning to the next level. For those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. You want to go ahead to click on the link, navigate and join as a member to start to benefit from all of these features to take your winning to the next height. So the link is below this video description. Without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first match pick of today's list. Looking at the first match prediction event, we are looking at Armenia Premier League, a match between Van against Bikema. For this event, of course, the performance of Van based on recent events they have had, these two events in the Premier League, as you can see here, of Armenia, they have been very amazing. Its opponent, on the other hand, the defensive power is very weak and they do concede at least 4 goals per each event. Very weak defense. And looking at the performance comparison of these two in terms of stand, you're going to see that the form comparison will tell you that Van, which is the home team, sits here on a better place. That is sitting on the 7th position. They have had 5 events recently, scoring 8 goals and conceding 10. But Bikema, on the other hand, has conceded 13, 11 goals scored. Now, comparing the stands in terms of form, you're going to see that for the form based on home as compared to that of the away, Van have proved that based on home, they are very offensive. You can see the difference. They have had 5 games at home, scoring up to 15 goals and conceding 5. But the opponent away, on the other hand, based on recent form of 5 games they have played, proved that they do concede a lot, as you can see here, conceding 13 goals. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in this event in full time. Looking at this particular event, of course, the home team Van have proved to be very offensive based on recent events they have had. And whenever they come at home, they prove to be very, very offensive. And looking at the fact that they have an offensive power at home over 3, then of course the defense of the away is not that tough. Therefore, Van is going to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to try to lead this event in full time, as well as looking at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. These are our 2 major picks. 1, Van to lead. 2, 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time is our 2 major picks. Looking at the next, we'll look at Thailand in the League 1, a match between Buriram against Sukhothai. In this event, of course, Buriram, which is the home, have proved that based on recent events they have had, the performance have proved that they score at least between 1 goal and 2 goals per each event. Its opponent, on the other hand, is also a good scoring team as well as concede as well. Comparing the stands of these two in terms of form based on recent events they have had, you're going to see that the form comparison proved that Buriram and Sukhothai sit on the 3rd and 4th position. These are 2 teams of almost equal strength based on offense, but the defense of Buriram is more. Looking at the home performance of Buriram based on recent events they have had, Buriram proved that the offense is very great, but that of its opponent, on the other hand, based on the way, proved that the defense is not that very strong, especially when they go at the way. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. Looking at this tournament, of course, Buriram have proved to be more offensive in terms of recent events they have had, especially when they play at home. His opponent, on the other hand, the defense is not tough when they go at the way, and therefore Buriram will take advantage of the away to make sure that they try to lead this event, as well as just looking at least 1.5 goal or 2 goals over to occur for this event in full time. That is 2 major picks. 1, Buriram to lead, but of course goals probability is just the best option. At least 1.5 goal in full time is the best pick for this particular event. Looking at the next, we'll look at Azerbaijan in the Premier League, Karabakh against Iraq. Looking at this, of course, Karabakh have proved that the recent game played, they have shown improved performance. Their opponent as well, on the other hand, proved to score at least a goal per each event. Karabakh at home proved that they do score, as you can see, but the conceding power is also good. And Iraq's, on the other hand, also proved that they do well. Comparing the stands based on these two in terms of form, we are going to see that based on form of these, Iraq's sit here on the second position and Kapak's on the fourth. But the home team, which is Capax at home, proved that here they do concede very much. For 5 event play, they have conceded up to 13. But based on the way the opponent, which is Arax, which is sitting here on the second position, have proved that they do score averagely and the defense is good. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full chart. For this particular event, of course, both of the two sides want to impress. So we just want to look at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we'll look at Germany in the Oberliga Hamburg, a match between Embutele against Sude. In this event, of course, both of the two sides, especially Embutele, have proved to be very, very offensive. The opponent, on the other hand, is also good in terms of goal scoring, even though they do concede. And looking at the stand comparison of these two, comparing the form based on recent events they have had, these two teams, especially Embutele, sit on the second position. The offensive power is very good and the defense is tight. But that of Sude, that is Suderebel, on the other hand, is also good at offense and the defense is not that very tight. Comparing the stands in terms of home and away game played, Embutele have proved that they are good at offense, and looking at the away, Suderebel, they also prove, as you can see here, they do concede a lot. And comparing these two, we'll look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, both of the two sides want to impress. The performance of the home, especially when they come at home, are very offensive. Therefore, since the away performance in terms of defense is not that very tough, 1.5 goal is what we want to look at for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we'll look at England in the Premier League Cup, a match between Burnley U21 against Luton. These two teams, especially, you can see Burnley is good at terms of scoring, 2, 3, and 5 goals per each event. The opponent as well, on the other hand, is also a good scoring team and they do also concede. Looking at the stand comparison of these two in terms of recent events they have had, you're going to see that Burnley sit here on the first position. They've had 3 games played, 3 wins, 9 goals scored, 2 concede. Luton, on the other hand, is good at conceding and the offense is also average. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. Looking at this, both of the two sides are good at offense, and since the defense of both sides are not that very, very tight, then of course goals probability is what we want to look at for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we'll look at Netherlands in the Eerste Divisie, a match between the Graafschap against Oos. The Graafschap here proved to be very good in terms of recent event they have had, scoring 4 goals per each event. The opponent, on the other hand, is not that very tough in terms of scoring, but they do concede. Comparing the stands of these two, especially the form table comparison based on home and away game played, the Graafschap proved to be better, especially at home. The Graafschap shows that the home performance is very good and the offense is strong, the defense is also strong. But the away performance of its opponent, on the other hand, proved that they are not very tough in defense and the offense is just that is that of its opponent. On the other hand, the defense is not that very tough, but the offense is weak. The defense is weak as well. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this event, the Graafschap is coming home, and the performance of the Graafschap based on recent events they have had proved that they are very offensive at home. And since the away defense is not that very tight, the Graafschap is going to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to lead this match in full time as one of the major picks, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we'll look at Germany in the Bundesliga, a match between Bayern Munich against Augsburg. For this event, Bayern Munich have proved to be more offensive based on recent events they have had. Looking at the performance at home at Bayern Munich, they are very offensive. That of its opponent, on the other hand, based on recent events they have had, Augsburg, you're going to see that the rating here is not that very good. And looking at the comparison in terms of stand, the performance in terms of form based on recent events they have had, Bayern Munich, especially at home, have proved that the home performance of Bayern, as you can see here, very offensive and very defensive. 4 matches played, 3 wins, scoring up to 10 goals, conceding just 1. The offense is very strong and the defense is also very tight. Augsburg, on the other hand, based on the way you're going to see here that Augsburg here is not very tight. The defense is weak and the offense is also weak. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. Looking at this particular event, of course, Bayern Munich, which is the home, offense is very strong and the defense is very tight, especially when they come at home. But that of Augsburg, on the other hand, the defense is weak and the offense is also weak. Bayern, therefore, is going to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to lead this game in full time as one of the major picks. And also, since the defense of the away is weak, of course, Bayern also want to try to score at least 1 goal over. Therefore, in full total, we are looking at buying to lead as one of the major pick. Secondly, 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time as the next pick for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we look at France and the Ligue 1, PSG against Toulouse. For this, of course, the performance of PSG recently based on home games have proved that PSG is good. Toulouse, on the other hand, based on the way, prove also that they can do score as well. Comparing the stance of these two in terms of recent events they have had, form comparison, PSG, based on home games, proved that they are very offensive, scoring 17 goals for 5 games played and just 4 conceded. PSG have proved to be better, but that of its opponent, on the other hand, that sits right on the 8th position. The defense is just average and the offense is also average. And looking at everything here, we want to look at two major picks in full time. Looking at this particular event, PSG offense is better and the defense also is better as compared to that of Toulouse. PSG also, we are looking at it to lead in full time as well as at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we look at Portugal in the Taca de Portugal, Sporting against Amarante. In this event, of course, Sporting have proved to be very offensive based on recent event they have had. The rating here is very high, but that of its opponent, on the other hand, is just average. Looking here, based on recent event, they have just had Sporting at home. The offense is very tough, scoring 4 to 5 goals per each event. Arante, on the other hand, is not good. They do concede very that much. And looking at everything in place, we look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, Sporting is very offensive, and since the defense of the away is weak, Sporting want to take advantage of its weak defense. We look at Sporting therefore to lead. We also look at the possibility of Sporting to score over 1 goal, and also in total 1.5 goal or 2.5 goal to occur in this match in full time are our 3 major picks. That is 1, Sporting to lead, 2, over 1.5 goal, and 3, 2.5 goals to occur in this match in full time. And to those of you who want to have access to our handpicked game prediction, which we have just shared to members only in terms of our top 10 list, and also especially this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we also have Saturday and Sunday event game prediction based on our top 10 and top 15, based on corner kicks and goals probability. If you want to have access to all of it, then you want to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan to start to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. The link is below. You want to click, navigate, and join as a member to start to have access to all of this. So good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.